Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you an update of what's going on in the garden. Today I'd like to demonstrate to you how gardening can bring you joy and fulfillment. It is the best way to connect to nature. As you till the ground and plant the seed, Earth is giving back to you much more than what you put into it. And perennials that come up every year are like timeless gems, with delicate buds, flowers, and leaves, blossoming into bright, beautiful colors. And aromas of the flowers attract pollinating insects and people like you and me. In the midst of the flowers are vegetables, herbs, and fruits. They are beautiful in their own way and can give back more than the flowers, to humans that is, for food. But to the bees, nothing compares to the flowers, for it is their livelihood, and this keeps the ecosystem going in a proper manner. Growing by seed is the most economical way to plant vegetables and get a really good harvest. But growing by plants, perennials, that's a good way to go also, especially when they reproduce or propagate like the berries do, like the strawberries with runners, and they reproduce. And berries are wonderful for that. Any kind of berry will reproduce by seed. The seed's in the ground, and then the little plant will come up, and in 2 years you have berries. It's amazing, it really is. In this video, I'll be showing you the price of seeds and how much they produce. If only they produced like the lemon balm, then I wouldn't have to grow them every year.
So I found the strength to say it was harder than catching the moon. And when the words fell out, I saw the warmth filling the room. So I gathered the strength to lift it, and you picked it up and laid it down, and you picked me up and I am found. Oh, oh, oh. It's without a cause. Sometimes it's just because I think we found it. Oh yeah, we found it.
I can't express my joy for gardening any more than how that video expressed it. So, and the music was awesome, and I'm so glad I found that copyright-free music. I'm looking at the strawberries. We've got a lot of strawberries back here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one and take a chance, not wash it and eat it. Mmm. 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 It's just such a blessing to grow your own food. And I hope that you decide to put out a garden. It's not too late. Lots of people wait till June to start. And that's when the weather's perfect for growing tomatoes, peppers, corn by seed. And you can do it even in a city like Columbus, Ohio. And green beans, that's a good one. And all of your squashes. Speaking of squashes, I've been working on a pumpkin garden back here. We just got back from the garden store. I'll show you what I got going on. I've been digging clumps of grass in order to put out a pumpkin patch. I grew pumpkins here last year, and I grew them between the strawberry plants, but this year we have too many strawberry plants. So I had to till some more ground, and the sun hits this spot very well. So I've got 2 bags of topsoil and some compost manure and the pumpkin seeds that I'll be planting. So I'll be showing you, whoops, busy car. I told you I'm in the city. So I'll be, in future videos, I'll show you the progress of growing pumpkins, and that will be fun and interesting. And today I got my sweet potato plants. 12 of them. Last year I only had 6 and it put out so many sweet potatoes. So I'm going to lay down all this soil and some compost with it and plant all 12 of those. I may even have to dig some more through here and get out some of the ivy vines. But I'm so excited to grow sweet potatoes. They are very healthy, healthier than the white ones. And here's where I'm going to grow butternut squash by seed. And I got to do some more tilling over there. So I'll wait till, we're supposed to have rain tomorrow. So Saturday I'll get out here after the rains. It'll be easier to till up those weeds over there. And then I'll use mix up these 2 bags of soil with some compost, and then we'll plant those seeds. Looking at the corn that I grew, there is a video where I planted corn. The squirrels have been running through here. And some of the little baby seedlings got killed off. So I have plenty of more corn seed. I can replace those in the bare spots. And the same with the soybeans. I need to put a fence up around the soybeans too. So I'll show you the progress of one of my soybean plants that I planted by seed. There we go. Doing good. Doing very well. I'm going to wait for the rain. I'm sure it's going to come because the forecast is to rain all day. And then I'll do the watering if it doesn't rain. We have 1 zucchini that germinated. 2 actually. There's another one back there. And there it is. It's real tiny right now. My husband picked out the tomato plants today at Oakland Nursery. And I would have chosen, being as frugal as I am, some say I'm on the cheapskate side, I would have picked the ones that cost a lot less and a lot smaller, and we wouldn't have tomatoes until probably September. But knowing my husband, he does this every year, he picked out the larger ones. And this is a lemon boy, tomato lemon boy. And there's 2 more that are very similar to this. I think one's a better boy. So this was his decision, and he paid for it. So he's not as frugal as I am. But we've been growing this size tomato for years, and they turn out amazing, and they produce so many tomatoes, you're not going to believe it. I mean, I made tomato spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, salsa. We had all kinds of tomatoes all summer long. We were giving away tomatoes to the neighbors, so it's always a blessing. I'll show you where I'm going to plant the tomatoes. Oh, I want to show you this flower. This is a pansy. My daughter bought me for Easter, and it's still doing very well. I haven't planted this in the ground yet because it looks so good on the table. Yes, here's the table that was Danny's mom's, my husband's mom's table. And she had quite a few cookouts over there and had family come over. She didn't need an umbrella because this table was under a large, I believe it was a beech tree, and it provided shade. But that flower looks really good there, and that's why I haven't planted it yet. So I'm just going to pick this tomato up and take it over here and show you where I'm going to plant the tomatoes. I plant them here every year. There's no reason to rotate tomato plants. From my experience, I haven't had a problem with it. Every year we grow tomatoes here. Danny wanted 4. These were on the pricey side. I talked him into just growing 3. That's more than enough for 2 people. Then I bought these little pepper plants because I love bell peppers. And we get them late summer going into the fall. So I'm real excited about planting all these. It gives me so much joy. If you're on the same page with me about gardening, please let me know and share your garden tips with me. I want to encourage you to get out in the garden as much as possible, especially while these temperatures are still cooler, because once it gets really hot, that's the time you're not going to want to do it. It's better to garden early morning before the sun hits. I'm usually done by 10:30. It gets really hot mid-morning here in Ohio in the summer. So Right now, the temperatures are cool enough. We can get a lot done, a lot of the heavy duty work, I call it, which is tilling and planting and weeding. Get that done and then enjoy the summer. Just do harvesting and deadheading and laying down the mulch. I do that in the summer. I didn't buy any mulch today. I held off on that because I want everything to get established and to grow. You put the mulch down too soon, it will affect the growth of the new plants. And definitely do not mulch when you put out new seeds. They just need to come up in the soil. They don't need any interference by mulch. So that we won't have to do till probably late June. Most people start around mid-June. For me, it tends to be about late June. By the time I get ready to mulch. And I'll mulch my pathways also. The weeds start growing like crazy with the hot weather, and they come up on the pathways. And then the garden, I like to lay out some black mulch, which looks more professional in the garden beds. But along the walking paths, I do a brown mulch. And those mulches break down into the garden and over time. That's why you have to keep buying it. They break down into the soil, but they're great for your soil. So it's not a bad investment. Also, I'm interested in a Bella straw because that would be wonderful around zucchini plants, the squash plants, and strawberry plants. And I should have already laid straw. I did last year, but the straw, I can still see some of it between the plants, but there's not a whole lot. They're just so close together and there's so many of them. I didn't take the time to lay the straw, but that would be very healthy to do after the tomatoes are completely harvested, to lay the straw down. And that will insulate the plants and keep them nice and healthy and thriving for next year. Okay, that's about it. I hope that I expressed my joy in an amazing way. I hope this encourages you, and keep coming back. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.